Okay, so this video is on adding and subtracting polynomials, and we will be looking at multiplying polynomials in a different video. To add polynomials, all you have to really do is combine like terms. You can ignore the parentheses. So these parentheses right here, you can kind of ignore them because this is addition in here. So we can just drop the parentheses and combine the like terms. Remember, like terms have the same variable raised to the same power. So 5x squared and negative 6x squared are like terms. Negative 3x and 2x are like terms because they have the same variable, both x, raised to the same power, 1. Okay? So here we have 5x squared and negative 6x squared is negative 1x squared. Then we have negative 3x and 2x, those are like terms, same variable, same power. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1x. When you add, you just add the coefficients. And then we have 6 and 4. If we add those together, we get 10. And that's it. That's all you do. Okay. Okay, so when we subtract polynomials, it's a little different. You need to distribute the minus sign. Because this is subtraction, it means subtract each term in here. So there's two ways you could look at it. You could go ahead and you could add a negative 1 in here and then distribute your negative 1 into the parentheses. So we would have 5x squared minus 3x plus 6. And then we would have negative 1 times 2x is negative 2x. Then negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. And then we would have negative 1 times negative 6x squared is positive 6x squared. And then we can find our like terms. So we'd have 5x squared and 6x squared is 11x squared. Then we would have negative 3x and negative 2x is negative 5x. Then we would have 6 and negative 4 is 2. Now another way we could look at this problem is we could look at it as adding the opposite here. So we can change this to addition and then change all of the signs in here. And you're going to get the same thing. I'm doing the exact same problem we just did, but just with a little different method, and you can choose whichever way you like. So a lot of times my students will do this. They'll change this to addition and then change every sign inside of the parentheses. You can do it either way. If you like the negative 1 in front and distributing the negative 1, that's fine. If you like the addition sign of the opposite, then you can do that. So again, now we have this. We have 5x squared minus 3x plus 6 plus negative 2x, it's a negative there, plus negative 4 plus 6x squared. So when we do this, we still get all of the same answers because we have 5x squared and 6x squared is 11x squared. Then we have negative 3x and negative 2x gives me negative 5x. And then we have 6 plus negative 4 is 2. Same answer, a little bit different method. Here are a couple more examples. The first one is addition, so you want to make sure that you notice the sign in here. This is addition, so all we have to do is combine like terms. Here are my like terms. Negative 3m squared and 5m squared is 2m squared. Then I have 2m and plus m is 3m. Then I have positive 6 plus negative 10 is negative 4. There's my answer. And the second one, if you look at it closely, it's a subtraction problem. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to addition of the opposite. So it's going to be addition and then negative, negative, positive. So 6y squared plus negative y squared is 5y squared. Negative 4y and negative 1y is negative 5y. 7 plus 11 is 18. So here are our last two examples. In the first example, you can see that it's subtraction. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to addition of the opposite of these. So it's going to become addition, and then I'm going to change this to a negative, this to a negative, and this to a positive. My like terms are negative 5x squared and positive 10x squared, so that's 5x to the second, or 5x squared. Then I have 16x and negative 3x gives me 13x. And then I have 9 plus negative 20 is negative 11. Okay. In my very last example, I have an addition problem. So I just go ahead and ignore the parentheses and combine like terms. In this example, though, the only like terms that I have are negative 3 and negative 1. So with this 5x squared, I just bring that down. So 5x squared. And then the 2x just comes down. So plus 2x. And then I combine my two like terms, negative 3 and negative 1, and I get negative 4. So my answer is 5x squared plus 2x minus 4.